few years ago, someone said your name in a crowded room. You tried to tell a joke. The timing was wrong. Nobody laughed. For a moment, the room felt larger than it really was. Then it ended. Everyone moved on. But somehow, your brain didn't. Years later, the memory still returns without permission. A sudden flash, a sentence, a face, and an almost physical feeling of discomfort. Cringe. Most people think cringe is embarrassment that never fully disappeared. But that's not what makes it so strange. The truly strange part is that the person you're cringing at no longer exists. The version of you that said those words, wore those clothes, made that decision, is gone. Yet your brain keeps bringing them back as if they're still alive. Why? Researchers noticed something unusual when studying memory. Human memory doesn't work like a video recording. It behaves more like a storyteller. Every time you remember something, the memory is reconstructed, edited, updated, compared against who you are now. And that's where the discomfort begins. Because cringe is not simply remembering the past. It is your current self judging a previous version of yourself. In other words, the feeling is evidence of change. The awkward teenager, the overconfident child, the person who thought they knew everything. Your brain looks back at them and sees mistakes. But there is a hidden implication. If you can cringe at who you were, then you are no longer that person. The research suggests that people who never experience this feeling may actually be changing less than they think. The discomfort itself can be a sign of growth, but the story goes deeper. Humans are an intensely social species. For hundreds of thousands of years, survival depended on belonging to a group. Rejection could mean isolation, and isolation could mean death. So the brain evolved an extraordinary sensitivity to social mistakes, a forgotten name, a poorly timed comment, a moment of humiliation. Most people assume those moments matter because they were important. In reality, many were forgotten by everyone else almost instantly. Researchers call this the spotlight effect. We walk through life feeling observed. Meanwhile, everyone else is busy worrying about their own mistakes. The audience we fear often doesn't exist, yet the feeling remains. Because cringe was never designed to be fair. It was designed to keep us connected, to make us learn, to make us adapt, to make us become someone slightly different tomorrow than we were yesterday. And perhaps that is the strangest part of all. Every cringe-worthy memory is a ghost. A reminder from a person who no longer exists. A message from an earlier version of yourself, not saying, "Look how foolish you were," but whispering something far more unsettling. "Look how far you've travelled." Because one day, the person you are right now will become another memory, another ghost. And somewhere in the future, a newer version of you will look back at this moment and cringe, not because you failed, but because you kept changing.